Ribosomal RNA, also known as rRNA for short. What exactly is it? Well, it's actually the main constituent of a ribosome. So it forms ribosomes, specifically about 60% of the ribosome, with the remaining 40% being formed by ribosomal proteins. And those proteins, there's about 80 different types of ribosomal proteins. Now, if you look at this diagram at the bottom, we can see the central part surrounded by an outer casing. And this central part is actually the ribosomal RNA, which forms the core, so the central part of the ribosome. And the ribosomal RNA also forms, or is one of the main constituents of these areas involved in transcription, known as the E site, the P site, and the A site. That's the E site, the P site, and the A site. And we mentioned that these areas of the ribosome are involved in transcription, so the synthesis or the production of proteins within the ribosome. Now, how is ribosomal RNA actually made? Well, first of all, what you have is you have a 45S RNA molecule, rRNA molecule that's formed. And this is then broken down through various processes to form other ribosomal molecules, specifically the 28S, the 18S, 5.8S, and the 5S rRNA molecules. Now, just to remind ourselves, what does this S mean? Well, this S stands for something called Svedberg units, and Svedberg units are essentially the rate of sedimentation of a molecule in ultracentrifuge. And what that means is it defines how fast a molecule breaks down when it's spun very fast. So these ribosomal RNA molecules actually form specific parts of the ribosome. So the 28S, the 5.8S, and the 5S ribosomal RNA molecules are going to form the large subunit of the ribosome, which is actually 60 Svedberg units. And the 18S ribosomal RNA molecule is going to form the small subunit of the ribosome, which is 40 Svedberg units. Now, if we were referring to the mass or the volume with Svedberg units, we'd say this is 100S in total, but actually the ribosome comes to 80S, and that's because we're measuring the rate of sedimentation of the molecule, not the volume or the mass itself. So that's a quick overview of ribosomal RNA.